This is our glorious thing we have left that I'm going to replace it with. Flush mount. We just had the worst dinghy ride ever. Maddie really enjoyed the ride.
Oh my god.
Now.
Oh, that's his boat.
Oh my god, he just smacked that boat. Our compass is just about shot. So we've been kind of looking and waiting for a good deal till we could find one that would still work and would fit on our pedestal. But we had to look for a good deal because, man, they're expensive. And the one we had, yeah. We were having to kind of bend over because we had this little slit that was all that we could see through. But anything else? Nope. You couldn't see anything at all no matter what angle you were looking at this thing. We thought about trying to get it reconditioned, but that wasn't going to happen because they told us that, yeah, it's just too far gone. So we got a new one. Well, new to us. So we were able to find one at a local salvage guy here, and in really good condition, as you just seen. And it only cost us 50 bucks. So hell of a lot better than the $300 it was going to cost us to replace it. So during our first time out here on the ball, Madeline went to climb up from the dinghy onto the transom and just slipped, and she kind of caught the stern light and kind of ripped the cover off. So which isn't that big of a deal because we wanted to replace it anyway, not because it wasn't working, but because it protrudes. So when we lift and lower the dinghy, it was always catching it. So we always had to be careful not to catch the rail of Hank on it. So this is our glorious thing we have left, which is not in that great a shape now. So what I'm doing to prevent that is the stern light that I'm going to replace it with, flush mount. Yep. That way we don't have to worry about it, and it'll go flush up against the boat. Still has meets all the requirements, 2 nautical miles, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, and we're going to knock this out. Should be a fairly simple project. Hope I didn't just jinx myself. But yeah, so I'm knock this out. Oh yeah. Now I don't have to worry about lifting Hank up and having him hit the stern light anymore. Sweet. We just had the worst dinghy ride ever. Holy crap. In the anchorage, which is protected, and I'll show you here in a second, on all sides, the wind's still howling at about close to 30 knots and peaking about 35, 37 from the instruments. And then, yeah, the swells are a good 2 to 3 feet easy. So yeah, went and took a shower, which was basically about useless because we just got doused with salt water on the way back. Maddie really enjoyed the ride. So
I even straightened my hair. I went a little extra, and then I went on a dinghy ride.
I thought there were a few times where we were gonna die. It was crazy. and getting onto the back of the boat. Oh, that was its own hysterical mess. So as you can see, I'm not putting on the cat on here just so that you can hear just how windy it is. It's a little crazy. So if you can imagine trying to ride a dinghy in this, it was not fun, like at all.
This was a pretty crazy day. The wind picked up faster than we could even imagine. This guy eventually just starting to pick up people at the dinghy dock and pulling their dinghy and keeping them safe in their boat and taking them back and forth to shore. Everybody was super thankful for this guy. We were just prepping. We were getting everything secure and getting everything that could fly off secured. Pretty soon we saw this boat, it just got loose. So everybody called the Coast Guard, which called the marina, and the marina then called Tow BoatUS so they can try and figure out which one they were going to take care of first.
To kind of give you an idea of what's going on out here. It's not we have two boats that broke free from the anchorage. They're starting to come in through the mooring field. Look like they already bumped the uglies a couple times already. So we have our friends over here. This is Jonathan and Carrie's boat. He's keeping a close eye out. Because they're drifting right towards him. I'm expecting to see more than a few more boats washed up on shore over there. Kind of like that one over there. The poor Tow BoatUS guys are doing everything that they could to try to get these boats back out into the anchorage and out of the mooring field. Some of it they were successful with and some of them they weren't, but you know what? Hats off to these guys because they were boarding some of these abandoned vessels and out there working as a team to try to get these boats untangled and then clear the mooring field. So it looks like they just tied the first one up, tied that catch up to a mooring ball. They couldn't really get it out. It was giving them too much of a headache. So they're hooking on the smaller one that drug over there now and trying to get it out and maybe pull it out away from the mooring field. I do not envy these guys today. They're putting in some work.
Eventually, we saw a bunch of boats that were trying to anchor just come in and grab any empty mooring ball because it was starting to get very, very dangerous. As you can see, our friend here tried to pick up a mooring ball a couple times and his boat hook actually broke because the waves were just too big.
guy was trying to catch a mooring coming out of the anchorage. He was trying to catch a mooring ball, but it was just blowing too hard and he couldn't grab it. He finally got one, and then his boat hook broke. And then it looks like he had some type of mechanical difficulty. He was quick thinking enough. He was quick thinking enough to know that he was going to go ahead and run ashore, and he didn't want to hit the pier or the dock or anything. So he was pretty much on point and decided he was going to drop his anchor so that at least it would stop him from going any further. So it looks like he saved it just in the nick of time. This poor captain did everything he could to try to save his boat, but due to the mechanical failure was unable to take it back out from the dock and in between the dock and the pier. So luckily, Tow BoatUS was able to pull him back out and get him tied up to a mooring ball. This is just crazy today.
Oh, that's it.
Oh my God, he just smacked that boat. This poor guy, when he came in, he had somebody come out and try to help him on a dinghy, but you know what? That dinghy actually ended up flipping. So they just kind of strapped it to the side and hoped for the best. And that same guy with that powerboat was out there trying to help him get turned around so he'd get tied up to the ball properly. Because he was turned around backwards, tied to it by the stern, and was just getting hammered. Looks like in the aftermath of last night, that dinghy didn't make it on our neighbor's boat over here. They looked like the outboard caught the back of the outboard, caught the dinghy, punctured it. It's half submerged over there, so that really sucks.
And just as fast as it came, it went away. We had the most beautiful sunset there was. So calm that you could barely believe that everything happened. See you next week.